Hey everyone, shabear1000 here. I'll give it a minute for somebody to come on, then we'll start. What we're going to do is we're going to change the engine off of this old bike. We did this last year, we got it running, but over here we have a 5 horse. This is a 3.5. So we're going to put the 5 horse on here, hopefully, and we're going to get this thing running, hopefully, and we're going to try to ride it, hopefully. So I'll give it a minute when someone's watching. So the only thing, we have to come up with a throttle system on here. So I don't think that's going to be too difficult, but that'll be the thing that mostly takes time. Got a brand new clutch here. Yeah, hopefully we got a muffler. This muffler came from a friend of mine. Look familiar, Dennis? Dennis sent that to me. He was stripping down one. He said, "You need any of these parts?" I said, "Yeah, I can use that muffler." I knew exactly what I was going to use it for and when I was going to use it. So, let's see. All right, we got one person watching. All right, let's go ahead and start on this thing. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to unhook this old throttle. And we'll have to, like I said, we'll have to come up with something different. Sorry about the traffic, but I can't do this inside, so. Hope everyone's Christmas season is going well. I was going to wear my Santa hat, but it's just too hot right now. I do have a breeze going. That's good. All right. May have to do something with this, but take the spark plug out of here because it's got to go in the black engine over here. Well, that wasn't very tight. I think we just jammed it in there last year. Alright. Whoops. Now, let's go ahead and stick this down in here. Hopefully it still sparks. We'll go ahead and tighten this up now, because it hasn't been run since last year, so I figure it should be okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and take our bolts out of here. And I'm just going to go ahead and reuse these old bolts, which I bought last year for it. Yeah, this thing's old. I was looking at the code number on that black motor, or that black engine over there, and it's saying it's a 1960. I didn't think it was that old. I'm not sure what this one is. I don't know if I looked it up last year or not. put a new chain on it last year. It's a little rusty, but I think it's going to be all right for all we're going to do with it. The object today is to make this start up and run. So, yeah, I can't see the numbers because the carburetor's in the way on this one. This one was loose. Why didn't I? Did I not tighten it? Well, at least start it up anyway, right, guys? I mean, I know it runs. I did a will it run in video on that. And here I can see what it is. This orange engine is an 03. It's a 2003. I didn't think that was that new, and I didn't think the other one was that old. So, we are putting a period correct engine on this little bike. This engine runs, but it's got a big hole in the gas tank. Remember, if you guys watched last year, we filled it up with hot glue and rode it around the yard. These things are so easy to work on. Okay, let me get the clutch on here. You guys want to come around here? Bring you around here. Can't see if you guys are commenting. I'm sorry because I got the screen turned around. All right. Brand new clutch. All right. Now, I thought I had it. Because the other one has screws in here, little grub screws or set screws, and this one doesn't. So yeah, it's a 1960. I'm sure it'll run. I don't know. I dumped some old gas out of it, and it was in there from the Will It Run video, which was a while back. If you guys saw that video. But we do know it runs, and it ran pretty good, but it's been sitting in a garage. So the bike hasn't, but the motor has. Okay, now, shoot, I probably should put that chain on there, around there first, but that's all right. All right, now let's get our bolts in. I don't know what you guys are seeing there. I don't have a cameraman. I do everything myself. Sometimes if Monkey's not busy, she'll help me, but Monkey's in the house. She's got the baby in there. That's why we put the screw up through, or the bolt up through from the bottom last time. And we need to make sure that chain's gonna be straight too. Man, that was way off. This one's got to come up through. That's why we did that. Hope I'm not in your way. It's a live stream. Got to deal with the first live stream I went on. I don't know. Something was real weird. It looked real stupid. I don't know. It was all bunched up or something. Okay, this one may have to go up through as well. I believe I was told this came off of an old tiller. The guy that gave it to me. And he said, now that I think about it, he did say it was a real old tiller. And the bearings wore out of the tines on it. So they took it off and they had this engine on a, apparently it was on a go-kart or something. I have to check the oil in it. And that's what he knew about it. And he got it, he was going to put it on something that he was going to build for his son. Excuse me, and he just never got around to it. So when he had to move, he lived right up the end of the street. When he had to move, he gave me a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of engines. He gave me a, what is it, 12-horse Kohler, big old engine, electric start. Gave me this engine. He gave me a Robin engine, which is a Wisconsin. I think it's Subaru. Subaru's got something in on that. That looks pretty straight to me. Yeah. Alright, let's tighten these down. And then we'll get on to the throttle. And once we get a throttle, we'll see if it'll fire up. Yeah, these things are so easy. I was building these things when I was 9 and 10 years old. Well, mostly go-karts. But I built a couple of these when I was about 11. You know, I was still in grade school building this stuff. And my dad had a junkyard, and it was, we just called it the farm because, you know, that's where he grew up at, and it used to be a farm. And it was a junkyard. He would go get cars and stuff. He would leave me there with Grandma. He came back with a car on the back of the flatbed one day. No, maybe he had a Rucker. Anyway, he came back with a car. He goes in the house. And he said, "Where's Marty at?" "Oh, he's up in the woods." He said, "Oh, we decided to take one of his hikes because 63 acres, I used to take a lot of hikes." And she said, "No, he's riding his go-kart." He said, "Go-kart?" She said, "Yeah, he took his go-kart. I seen him going up the hill." Dad said, "He don't have a go-kart." Grandma said, "He does now." Built an old go-kart out of a lawnmower. It might have been a Snapper or an old Murray riding mower. He does now. She said he's been up for about an hour. He come down a couple times to get gas. She said he checked on me and asked if everything was okay. She said, I told him yeah, and he said, well, I'm going back up in the woods. So I may dribble a little bit of oil on this thing. Oh, you know what I didn't do, guys? This is stupid. I didn't put it up on the damn... I didn't put it up on the gear. So let's slide this back, put it up on the gear. Up on the teeth of the clutch. That's why they call this part of the clutch the bell. And it kind of looks like a bell when you take it off the clutch. If we get lucky. The whole thing's not turning yet. There we go. There we go. That was a rookie mistake. So was that. My finger stuck between the clutch and the chain. Yeah, that hurt. Okay. That's better. I know a lot of you guys won't get to see this till later. That's cool. So we have to fabricate some kind of throttle on here. Because the throttle is different from the other one. I don't want to take parts off that other one because it's all original. Yeah, never know. I might put it on something else. This would be a good bike for somebody to strip down and restore. Wouldn't take that much. Looks like somebody done some sanding on it at one time. This was free. So this is a free bike here. go. All right. Now, that's better. Not perfect. The chain's a little rusty right there, but you know what? Let me go grab some WD-40 real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'll bring you over this way. Yeah, that was a new chain last year. Thank you for the like. And thanks for you guys that are on here with us. Me, us, whatever. Better already. Okay, now, like I said, I can't see your comments because I'm going to be looking right up there. Right where that hole is. Yeah, I knew as soon as Dennis, and this has been several months ago. Use any of this, I knew exactly what I needed this for. Because the other one, it screws in, but it has a flange. That'll be good enough. Okay, now we'll bring you around to the other side. I got some stuff here that we're going to try to make a throttle with. I'm sorry it's so dark, but I can't bring a light out here because, well, I could. I've got lights, but all my extension cords are on the Christmas stuff. So, alright. Now, we're going to have to come around here. This is the throttle. We're going to have to hook onto that somehow. But first, let's get this in here. Right about there. Alright. Now, that's going to hold the cable for us. And we have to put a return spring on it because I don't want to be going full tilt boogie with this thing. And let me see. Put the wrong washer on it. Yeah, that gas tank don't look the greatest, but I don't think it'll leak because it had a little bit of gas in it. And it didn't leak out in the garage, so hate slotted screws. Give me a Phillips any day. Okay. Now, Let me see. What? Let's get... Didn't I take a spring off of that thing? Off the old one? I know I did. And where did I put it? I don't know. We'll worry about that in a minute. So what we're going to do, maybe we can do something like this. Put this in here. Nope, that's not going to work. We can maybe do something like this. That's what we'll do. Yeah. We're getting pretty close to starting this thing up. What'd I do with the other? Oh. Let me see. We're gonna go like this, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is called a barrel nut. I don't know how I'm going to Alright, let's just take this out for a second. Now we'll start our little bolt in here. Will it go? Oh no! Well, let's see. I got a pair of pliers here. Let's try to open this up a little bit. Alright, now let's try it. Square body Chevy just went past. I don't know if you got a glimpse of it or not. This will go in here. Now, shit, I shouldn't have tightened that yet. This got to be out here more. Let's bring it kind of out here. Alright, now let's try to install this. Hopefully it doesn't stick. Man, I don't know what I did with that spring. We took off the other one. Set it down here somewhere. There it is right there. I don't know. Let's see here. Amazon Prime. I don't think I got anything coming today. Could pull it this way maybe. Could do that. I didn't bring a 7/16 with me. I may have to go get a wrench. Now that's not pulling it all the way back. What the hell? Did they just put something in the mailbox? I wasn't even looking. Could pull it this way, maybe. I could put it up there. Or up here at the second head bolt, maybe. Might be able to do that. Let me get. I'll be as quick as I can. I want to get a piece of wire and a 7/16 wrench. I'll be right back, guys. Then we'll be close to starting it up. I'll go ahead and bring the gas over with me, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Brought the gas over to. Is that 7/16 or 3/8? 7/16. Alright. I'm just putting a curve in this. Hope nothing bad happens. Alright. Now I know it's pretty sketchy, isn't it, guys? But if anything happens, I'll just jump off and let it do its own thing. Now, get this off of here. I may have to loosen that again. Maybe not. Well, I guess it's time to put some gas in it. And let's see what happens. Did they put something in the mailbox? Yeah, that was strange. Alright. So, yeah. Alright, let's see. Oops. That. Alright, let me put my cigarette down. Might be a good idea. Whoa. Now I won't know if I got a leak. Like I said, it shouldn't. It had some gas in it I dumped out. That's about a little over half a tank. I'm going to let that evaporate for a minute or two because, you know, muffler's right over here. And if this thing backfires, I don't want it catching on fire. So, how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. I'll get you guys moved over here. That way if something crazy goes on, you all can see it firsthand. I turned the idle all the way down, you know, just in case. We'll see how it runs. If it runs okay, then it might take a couple cranks because it was empty. Not sucking any fuel up. Well, hang on a second, guys. Let me prime it. Alright, we're going to pull this off real quick. Jeez. Well, it runs, but it was running on choke. May have to adjust that carburetor just to get it to ride around a minute. If we have to, we'll take the other recoil off, put it on here. Well, at least we know it runs. That's one thing. These ain't been out in a while. I don't know if it's going to get past that motor mount bolt. It did. Rope's caught there. This is our culprit here. Now, supposed to be a little hole there. You can keep these. Hear that? That's that noise you was hearing. It wants to shoot the string back out at you. If you have a lawnmower, go-kart, mini bike, this kind of pull starter, you start it up and the rope, it's making that noise and wants to throw the rope back out. This is what it is. There's little ball bearings in there. If I was filming this, I would cut and show you, take it apart and show you, but since we're not filming, or since we're not, yeah, we're not filming, we're live streaming. Alright, now I forgot my rag. You know what, guys? We didn't check the oil. Let me do that right now before I forget. Ow. I'm sure it's got oil in it because I probably checked it before I did a will it run on it. It's got some in it. I might add a tad more, but all right. Now, okay. Thought I brought a rag out with me. I did. Alright, let's put this back on here. Carburetor. Let's see where it's adjusted at. Let's see, that's a half. That wasn't very much. That's all the way in. Let's go a half, 1, 1.5. 1.5 to 2 turns will get any carburetor running. Enough to get it running, then you can adjust it from there once it runs. So put this back on here. Oh, it's stuck on. Spring up here. Check it. Alright. Now, get these two in here. Put them in your way. On the wrong side. I don't recall that making that noise when I did a will it run, but it could have. But that was a while back. I don't think I got any new story time for you. Stupid crows. I hate them things. Yeah, I was going to do this video last week, but It started raining like Friday evening. It didn't quit until like Monday morning early. This thing didn't smoke much for as old as it is. 1960. I was thinking it was late 70s. For some reason. Mid to late 70s. Got that one tight. Can I get that on there yet? Nope. I want to do a... Oh, you know what would be good motor on here? That Robin engine. Wisconsin. That was on a racing go-kart at one time. But it's 8 horsepower. Probably hurt some kid. I'm going to have to go in and get my air compressor. Well, I got a battery powered air pump. And I got it in on the charger. That back tire's flat, front tire's got some, it's going to need a little bit, but it's got some dry cracking on the other side, so I really don't want to, you know, put a lot in that one. Yep, we got full throttle, that's good, and back to idle. Alright, now let's start it up again. I think you guys are where you was at last time. What happened? I adjusted that screw out. Give it another little chug here. Still doing it. I may have to take that off of there. If you guys want to hang out, I'll go ahead and do that now. If not, I understand. But that's part of live streaming. See, if you're filming, you can just say, well, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that real quick, and I'll be back with you. But can't do that live streaming, so thought for sure that would be enough to take care of that. If I'd left it run, it's pretty annoying, but if I'd have left it run, it would have, that WD-40 would have creeped in there. Alright. Man, it just don't seem like there's anything wrong with it. But we'll take it. Should be able to. Wait a second. Now I gotta take these off. These things usually break because it's metal going into aluminum, and metal and aluminum don't like each other. Now, should be a bunch of ball bearings roll out of here. There they are. So, I think the issue might be, let's, 5, 2, didn't one run under, there it is. So I think, sure was spinning pretty nice, but I think that's probably the issue right there. Man, that's spinning nice on there. That hole was working, so we did get some in it. But let's go ahead and put these balls. This is gonna be fun. I could lay it on its side. We might get lucky. Not up there. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to lay it on its side. I'm just gonna bring it over to me and lay it down a little bit. Okay. And I'm spilling gas out. Great. That's wonderful, guys. Oh, shoot. All right, hang on. Where's it coming from? don't know where it was coming from, but I just stepped on a bunch of these. Missing one. Doggone it. 6. Well, shoot. I stepped on that, I think. There it is. Got it. Alright, let's go ahead and take this off. I'm just going to tap it. I got to get a hammer and a punch, guys. I'll be right back. Chisel, how we doing on battery? I hope we're okay. They make a tool for this, but I don't have one. Yeah, that shouldn't have been making all that racket. That's smooth as silk. Let's go ahead and, you're not supposed to have to lube these, but I guess it can't hurt, right? Put that back on there. Alright, now put this back in. Then we'll try it again, huh? I'd really like to get it to where I can take it around the yard, but if that don't happen today, that's alright. At least we got to hang out together and at least get an old engine running again that hasn't been running. Well, this engine a couple years, I'm guessing. And this helps hold that cap on that we just took off of there. I know I should have a wrench for that. Well, I do. Alright, now still can't tell where the gas was coming from. Oh well. Alright. Back at it. What are you guys seeing? Wrong way. There we go. Now, wire here. Okay, guys. I do have the original air cleaner for this too, but there's no filter in it, so we're not taking it on a dusty road or anything. We're just messing around with this, so no, I'm not going to worry about it. There it goes. This other side. Yeah, these things were so simple, but this had been changed over. So either this has been changed, or someone did away with the points. I'm thinking someone did away with the points and put electronic ignition in it. 1960 would have had points. Tight. So we'll give her one more try. I mean, if it just starts squealing, we're just gonna have to deal with it for a minute. Put our throttle return back on here. Make sure that's working. Alright, let's try it again, guys. What are you looking at here? Try it again. I don't think it's sucking fuel up. It's not. Alright, well, sometimes this works, but sometimes it doesn't. We can cobwebs everywhere. Oh, throttle up a little bit on the idle side of it. Then I got a clogged pickup tube. If that's the case, we're not going to mess with it today, but hoping it'll suck whatever it is out of there. Make sure that's tight. What happened? Shoot. Really wanted to try to ride this thing. Don't look like it's gonna happen. That blows. Huh. Well, that's that. Without taking that. Shoot. Yeah. Oh well. We spent enough time on it on live stream. Have to. Something's in the carburetor. Let me see. I got an idea. What the hell? God, man. Spray some of this down in the tank. And it should mix around, but I don't think it's going to do what we needed to do right now. But it does run. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. At least we got it running. But the object was to get it riding again, or you know, take it around the yard. Oh, I know what it is. It could be over here. I have to take that muffler off, but we can check that if you guys want to. The diaphragm, which is like a fuel pump. See if I can get that muffler back off there. If I can, then maybe we'll try that. Uh-oh. Yeah. We can do that. And see if that diaphragm's stuck. It's only 4 screws. Right? 4. I don't have a diaphragm, but we can maybe try to clean it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one on the other one. I know it's good. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this off right here. Where did I put the screwdriver? Shoot. Alright. Camping trip coming up next weekend. Yeah, if this is just dirty, maybe sticking a little, we might be able to, if we don't rip it, taking it off. Of course, there's one on the other one we can take off. I think it's the same as this one. There's a reed valve. These things get like real carboned up. There's a spring for it. Oh, not carbon, but hardened up. Now I gotta find that spring. And they stick. And that's exactly what this one is. It's real hard. It's really hard. I don't have one. So, and I just dropped that spring. I don't know where it went, but I'm going to take one out of this other motor here. Here's the spring. And let's see what kind of shape it's in. Today, after all, we'll see. Where'd I put my screwdriver? Jeez, man, right here. All right, let me move you guys over here. Yes, right there, center your screen. Might be able to do it this way. Because this one ran, it just ran. I mean, it ran okay. It just leaked a whole bunch of gas out of the back here. But remember, that was a year ago, so this one could have dried out too. Yeah, it's dry too. Ugh. Now this one's worse, but it ran. I can actually see through that diaphragm. I can on this one. This one's more limber though. But I don't know. Let's try it. I don't know. That one's pretty bad too. And it was running. Let's see. Spray clear over here. I mean, we try to clean it. Yeah, I think that's the issue. I know I don't have any of these diaphragms. I'm just putting this old one back in. We'll spray it. Let me see something here. We'll spray some of this on it. Maybe it'll help limber it up. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it don't. Alright, now oops, wrong stuff. That'll be alright. Uh-oh. Come on. See, this spring on the other one looks better, though. I'm going to use it. Alright. But if it don't work, we gave it a valiant effort, didn't we? I mean, we got it running. Maybe it'll just give us enough. Maybe that will be Santa Claus's Christmas present to me. He's watching me from the North Pole, and he says, "Shea Bear, I'm gonna make that just enough for you to run it around the yard." That would be super. It's not gonna happen though, but I cooled off pretty quick. I don't like running these without the exhaust very much, because when you're running right out of the head like that, it'll suck a valve, what we call sucking a valve. It'll suck cold air, it gets cold air into that hot exhaust valve, and it'll crack it. If that happens, well, you're taking the engine apart, putting a valve in it. Let's put you over here. Alright, guys. Nope. Didn't work. I don't think. Come on. No, didn't work. Alright guys, well, we did it. We got the motor changed, we've got it running. Back wheel spinning, so that means it would run, or it would ride. So, alright guys, Merry Christmas everyone. I got like I said, I'm having a camping trip next weekend, so I'm gonna be out on the river at a place we went to a couple years ago. I'm gonna do a solo. I don't know if Monkey's gonna be able to come out the second night and stay with me or not, but anyway, stay tuned for that. I got some videos this week coming up. Maybe I'll make one working on this. I'll see if I can go somewhere and find one of those the diaphragms. But we did it. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Shea Bear, the myth, man, legend. I'm gone for now. Half tempted to put that other one in and try. You want to try it? Let's try it. It's only 4 screws, right? I mean, you don't want to give up. It cooled off quick, but it got hot quick too. It's 4 screws. I don't know. It looks worse shaped than this one, but it might do something. I don't know. Then this will be the end of it. Yeah, this one looks in a lot worse shape. but I don't know. Let's see. Let's just try it. It's only 4 screws. I mean, it did run with it last year, but that was a year ago. Not on this engine, on that orange engine over there. But maybe it'll flap just enough. Give us what we need. But we'll see. Back up in here. See if we can even get it to where it's flooding out, we can deal with that. We'll just keep revving the throttle up more. Uh-oh. It'd be funny if this thing ran, at least, you know, I just want 5 minutes. But, like I said, if anything, maybe this week I'll see if somebody's got one of them in stock around here somewhere. You get to ride it. We'll get to ride it this week. Alright. Now, give it a sniff. Alright. I doubt it. I'm not. It doesn't look promising, but let's try it. Stranger things have happened. It's running longer. Screw. Let's adjust this. There's a half. There's one. Let's go 1.5. I mean, it's running longer. Screw it in a little bit more. Take it out a little bit more. And I just burnt my thumb on that muffler. Come on. Let it. Well, man, it only wants to run wide open. Should I try it? Alright. Well, let's see if we can get 5 feet out of it. How's that? This could be interesting. Well, I got 5 feet. I'm satisfied with that. Good enough. We did it. All right. Good enough. It moved on its own power with me on it. All right, guys. I'm done. Oh, excuse me. There it is. We did it. It's running. Just needs a rebuild kit for the carburetor. And it's rideable. And I never did put air in that. That back tire, I folded. Shabear, the myth, the man, the legend, gone for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.